13 of the NFL on EA Sports. Kansas City Chiefs versus Ben Roethlisberger and the Denver Broncos.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Everybody, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Pulls it in at the 13. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Broncos take over.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man back from an elbow injury that sidelined him for the majority of 2019. At 38 years of age, it's Ben Roethlisberger.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. And he's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard gain.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
3-yard line.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Josh Jones in on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ben Roethlisberger's sack.
And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
To Bill Disley.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11.
Tyreek Hill.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
1 yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Mahomes. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Intended for Tyreek Hill. Incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
35-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Chiefs 3. Broncos nothing.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll go back to Kelsey. This time it's caught. And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? they're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A throw over the middle, taken in. 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23 yards.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. And even 60 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 74 yards.
I'm so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
That's good.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Cam Akers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchdown. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
10 yards.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's got the hook up to Lee. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
With the score, Chiefs 10, Broncos 7.
On 1st down, Murray. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. 15 yards on the play, first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go back to Murray on first down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target. 3rd down here. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame. I hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 10.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
KC's offense ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
The tackle made by A.J.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Mahomes on target to Watkins for a KC first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to Sammy Watkins. It's a pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 21 yards there on third down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Damian Williams was dinged up a little bit in 2019, and Kansas City brought in LaShawn McCoy to supplement him. But when healthy, Damian Williams is a terrific back. Excellent speed, low center of gravity to make people miss. And how about the longest run in the league in 2019? 91 yards against the Vikings in Week 9. Many thought he was going to get caught, but he used the scoreboard in the stadium to make sure that no one was behind him as he carried it all the way to the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll look to run with Akers. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Cam Akers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field. Try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to Jake Butt. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 16 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Broncos in their hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jerry Judy, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First and 10. At their own 23-yard.
And now here comes Kansas City. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket.
And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the handoff, it's Akers. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones.
Intercepted by the Broncos. They'll take over.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Ben Roethlisberger sacked. A loss of 6 yards. It's 2nd down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Brendan McManus to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes and going deep for Hill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Going right back to Akers. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old-school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
It was
Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
The first throw for Henne, the veteran backup. And his first throw here is incomplete. Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4-yard loss.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Brings up 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now again, this is Murray. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Again, it's Murray. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
The ball carrier, Anthony Hitchens.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
20-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
Kansas City
Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 65 yards.
15-yard line.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
Makes the score Chiefs 27.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And 7.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. He completes this to Sutton. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A 3-yard gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Broncos.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They'll indeed run here right off the bat. There to stop him, Jawan Bentley. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
working from the gun. Mahomes. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the...
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Big play on third down for the Chiefs. 61 yards. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today. Yeah,
just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
8-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13.
Makes the score. Chiefs 30. Broncos.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Third down.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Completes it to Lee. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
It's a gain of 6.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Out quickly to Judy. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Denver.
throwing now. Roethlisberger on first down. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Ben Roethlisberger sacked. Fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, first-time Pro Bowler. He was the intended target. And now it's third down. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be third and a mile. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one, that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the slant, completes to Sutton.
Roethlisberger's pass.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's now second down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A throw taken in by Hamilton. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 13. 70 seconds remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Short throw to Disley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Roethlisberger's pass.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was